Well, the Bad Seeds have a great rhythm section. Martin P. Casey. I've seen Nick perform with Martin and without him, and Martin adds a lot to it. He's one of those great bass players. He just has magic fingers.
Well, sooner or later, baby, you're gonna die. Thomas Fiddler on the drums up there.
Thomas Vidler is a great drummer. He loves that driving kind of Buddy Rich big band sound. Of course, there's Jim Sklavounos from that kind of New York scene.
Jim Sklavounos on percussion.
Great musician. They bring a lot to Nick's songs.
This is really the first time Warren worked directly in the studio with this.
Well, Warren had played on Let Love In. He played some, apparently, rumour has it, he played violin on Let Love In. Didn't notice that he was there, or something happened. I can't recall that. Then we were making the Murder Ballads record. We invited him in. I'm not sure if I saw the Dirty Three, and then we invited them in. But the Dirty Three were playing in a pub down the road, and I'd never seen them. And I went into this pub and watched this show by the Dirty Three, and I could not fucking believe it. I mean, it was just the most anarchic, exciting thing I'd seen in years. And, you know, I think we invited Warren to come and play.
Nick seems to need some kind of sidekick. Like, you know, when I joined the band, I was his sidekick. Then Blixer was his sidekick. This is speaking artistically. And then Mick Harvey was always there for Nick to fall back on all through that time. And now Warren's his sidekick.
Warren is becoming, you know, a kind of very much a collaborator in things and in the songwriting process and all sorts of things. And I think since when Blixer left, there was sort of space for Warren to move forward a little bit.
Warren Ellis on the violin. I was laughing when they took me away.
Well, these backing vocals were done as rowdily and roughly as possible. You know, everyone was sent out and basically nobody bothered getting the note. So it just sounds like a complete rabble, which was deliberate.
Mr. Mick Harvey over there on the guitar.
You know, Mick, for me, for a long time, kind of reeled me in. I felt, you know, in a good way. Because things were just sort of going everywhere. And, you know, Mick has always been able to stand back and see things, and I'm the opposite.
Mick's really good at hearing what Nick's ideas are, you know. Sometimes I have no idea what he's talking about most of the time. Mick, what's he talking about?
God. I don't know. We have there's certain areas where we work, where we collaborate very well.
Well, we have testy periods and not so testy periods.
And there's other areas where we kind of like a left wheel and a right wheel or something, and we're not really talking about what's going on, we're just performing our functions. So I don't know, it's quite difficult to explain.
You know, I've got this song and Mick goes, well, how does it go? And it goes, well, it goes, oh, 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 and you go down, 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 you know, and kind of, and I just sort of sing it to him, and he kind of sort of goes, you know, and there's this sort of thing going on because I just had no way of playing that sort of stuff.
Times because we're just overdubbing. Yeah. It's changed a lot over the years. I mean, I was never really interested in being a songwriter particularly, but at certain phases I even ended up being Nick's principal musical co-writer for a little while. At the end of the Birthday Party into the start of the Bad Seeds and so forth, I was doing a lot of musical composition as well. Through the 80s I was probably doing most of the arrangement and playing lots of instruments on the recordings. Probably through the 90s I was much more reliant on to do the production part.
He played a huge part in Nick's latter career, in just letting Nick lead his sort of artistic existence and continuing to be in a position where he could produce a body of work.
Well, you could put the piano in one of them.